Greetings, citizens of the world. As crisis hits America, from damaged cities to devastated families, two opposite responses show the difference between mainstream America and the mainstream liberal media. We have a time in our country where everyone is coming together. Politics don't matter, religion doesn't matter, race doesn't matter, everyone is coming together to help each other, America First Policy's spokeswoman Katrina Pearson said weeks ago as Americans banded together after Hurricane Harvey. But even then, some pushed back against unity. Leave it to the media to continue to perpetuate this divide and to cause those same kinds of issues that separate Americans, she said. As the crises have continued, with more hurricanes and the Las Vegas shooting, the drive to unite Americans is also met with even fiercer resistance from the liberal media. Ari Fleischer, the White House press secretary for former President George W. Bush, noted the trend of late-night comedy to be the spear tip of politics by saying the political rantings of late-night hosts are part of the division of America. For some, division is even a way of life. The Huffington Post, which has separate editors for each demographic segment of the population, has developed a fixation on the subject of division. "We are two emotional nations at war," it proclaimed in an October 4th headline for a story that stacked insults against the president one on top of the other. Yet there was a very different story being told by John Rich, a country music singer who was in Las Vegas for the shooting, but found a different memory kept making its way to the top in his mind, as he recalled 22,000 music fans singing "God Bless America" Sunday night. There were people from all over the United States and North America singing "God Bless America" at the top of their lungs with their phones, held high with the lights on, celebrating freedom and the ability to live as Americans and sing together in unity. It's always a huge thing to see that kind of unity when everybody can sing the words together. Of course not everybody in the audience agrees with each other, but we all agree that we are Americans and we sing together, he said. But optimism was not to be found at the Huffington Post. "The saddest day of this administration," it said when talking about President Donald Trump's response to a Puerto Rican mayor who was throwing around the word genocide because post-Hurricane aid efforts were not what she wanted. The theme remains no matter what the news. When Trump said he wanted all Americans to unite after Charlottesville, the Huffington Post translated that as, "A divided country is exactly what Trump wants." It insisted the response to Hurricane Harvey divides rather than unites, and claimed that Trump's political goal is divide to conquer. "Not all media organizations deal with niche news and the politics of polarization," said George Upper, executive editor of Western Journalism. "Western journalism doesn't need different editors for different voices because we try to write with one voice, one unified, American voice," he said. Upper said that the Huffington Post approach of delivering content as a form of identity politics runs contrary to the mission of the type of news organization America needs. "We don't care what color your skin is, which gender you are or which you find yourself attracted to, what stage of life you're in, what country you, or your parents, or their parents, or whoever, were born in. We write for Americans of all shapes, sizes, colors and creeds." Accusing someone else of trying to divide Americans